Hello everyone, and now welcome to a game between SaysO versus SyDe. This game taking place here on Tide Hunters version 1.2. SaysO spawning as the blue undead player at what I'll call the 10 o'clock position, going up against SyDe, who is spawned as the yellow human. Human versus undead in a 1v1 matchup. Let's get this show on the road and try and make some predictions. Well, Lich First has become much more of a commonplace, but I still am expecting a Death Knight coming in from the undead. Meanwhile, Archmage First is still rather the most common hero of choice, but Mountain King First is not, well, isn't that far off. I am expecting Archmage versus Death Knight. There's the Archmage. There is the Lich. All right, so SaysO opening things up with Lich First, and we'll be able to get in a lot of Icy Blasts here on a Tide Hunters. What Tide Hunters allows that Lich to do is creep out pretty quickly, get to level 2, and because of the Rod of Necromancy, use those Dark Rituals to continually fire off more and more Frost Novas, making those early footmen just that much more vulnerable as they do generally clump together. Why there's whispering, I forgot Twitch has autoplay. Haha. All right, let's make sure, well, let's take a look at what's going on here further on. Archmage, Militia now making their rounds off to the side here. That Sea Giant, you have to be very, very careful. It does do a spin AoE attack that can often take down multiple peasants if you are not very careful. I'm going to go ahead and move that around, take down that Sea Giant there. Archmage, I'm going to go after the Forest Troll Berserker next, pick up that item and that Forest Troll Trapper. Meanwhile, Lich off to the north, clearing out all of these units here. That Forest Troll Berserker dealing quite a bit of damage, but gets taken down easily as well. Item is going to be, well, can't quite tell. Lich picks up a Claws of Attack +5. Thank you for the bits. And, well, yeah, DL, thank you for the bits, and I guess this is a good reminder for all of you guys out there who have Amazon Prime subscriptions and have a free sub. Do consider using that free sub for me. The payout from Twitch is usually every like 4 months now, so I get about $30 a month from Twitch. So if you guys can support me a little bit more, it will give me, I guess, more incentive and more reason to continue casting, keeping this beautiful WarCraft 3 game alive here in 2022, well, 20 years after its initial release. Well, SyDe and SaysO both actually going after their expansion, so they're going to be playing a little bit defensively while also trying to figure out what their opponent is doing. Tome of Intelligence +2, that is, well, actually a bit scary, as if you grab a lot of Tomes of Intelligence or a lot of Tomes on your primary stat, your auto attack is actually significantly higher, but your opponent is not going to be aware of it. But with that said, well, Frost Nova and Dual Claws of Attack +5 does deal some major damage as well, up to 35 damage per attack compared to 28, as we're looking at ghouls now trying to run amok inside here. Archmage trying to run back around. There's that second Frost Nova as well. Lich could try and go for another Dark Ritual, now up to 102 mana. Archmage needs to run back, perhaps pick up some Boots of Speed in order to create some distance, but that Lich is on the prowl for a bit more units. All right, Flip, I'm going to try and defend here. Lich still has a decent amount of hit points and can get in some big auto attacks. Meanwhile, the ghouls are now coming across inside here as we see skeletal minions getting shot down as well. Archmage trying to run back around, does have those Boots of Speed, will be able to get away. That one Arcane Tower has in fact completed, as we're looking at a little bit of damage onto that. Nope, that low hit point ghoul able to escape away at 30 some odd hit points. Archmage coming back around here did not get any real kills effectively. The Arcane Tower got the kills, therefore no experience was given. But it looks as though, yep, a ghoul does get taken down, giving level 3 to the Archmage. And that is a big level indeed, as it now drops level 2 Water Elementals. All right, more damage racking on up. There is a Nerubian Tower. Archmage and the Lich are just staring each other down a little bit. Both have Boots of Speed. A little bit of engagement there as the Water Elemental now trying to make its way forward as well. Haunted Goldmine not yet done. Archmage looking to back away. Water Elemental could try and turn back around, but that Lich's Icy Blast AoE damage just deters the Archmage from trying to come up that ramp and, well, put some pressure. Add in the fact that the Nerubian Tower will put in a bit of slow as well, and it is just difficult to charge an uphill position with a slowing tower up above you. Coming back on the other side, we're looking at, well, 33 over 40 supply compared to 36 over 42 Archmage. Now I'm going to double back around once more. Water Elemental going to perhaps try and well, keep track of where exactly this Lich is. Water Elemental just going to get in some free damage across these units as its timed life is going to be coming to an end. Archmage off on the other side here finds another Nerubian tower. Acolytes are, well, trying to run away. Ghouls are trying to retreat back as well, as we are seeing a tech to tier 2. Meanwhile, Archmage is down to the south, already looking to retreat, as the tech to tier 2 has already begun for human, for side as well. Coming back through, well, side, I just realized, side playing human. All right. Footman now looking to retreat back here. Water Elemental going to get in a little bit of perhaps cold or splash damage onto that ghoul, but the ghoul able to run away pretty easily. Water Elemental down to 223 hit points. It's trying to escape away before it accidentally gives too much experience to that Lich. It will, well, end up giving experience to that Lich right there. No, is it going to be denied? No, not denied. I believe the Lich still got a little bit of experience. That much closer now to level 3. Archmage now putting pressure back on the other side as we see a Frost Nova go down onto multiple footmen there. There goes one dead footman. Acolytes once more trying to retreat back away. Are we going to see some dead Acolytes? There goes one dead Acolyte. There goes another as footmen are getting taken down. Lich still using plenty of Frost Novas, but the Nerubian Tower got the, I believe, the last hit onto that footman there, denying that Lich level 3. Level 3 would have greatly increase the chances of more dead footmen, as that icy blast is just that much stronger. Archmage of side now looking to put in pressure onto the expansion as long as he can, but the Lich is now at level 3, meaning level 2 Frost Nova will make short work of the footmen and also these Archmages here when the time comes. All right, Acolytes looking to retreat back. There's a Frost Nova there. Just what we expected. Staff of Teleportation. Archmage says, you know what, footmen, you guys hold down the fort and the pressure. I'm going to go ahead and be retreating back. Footmen now looking to retreat back here. We are looking into dual crypts with a graveyard as well. We could be transitioning into gargoyles or dual crypt fiends. We'll have, only time will tell there. Meanwhile, side completely blowing past keep and going straight into castle with the blacksmith there. More farms being added to try and train up more units as he saw the, well, increase in production in that dual crypt. Now realizing that he has to do, well, he has to do a little bit more, a little bit more to get out of that low upkeep, or not low upkeep, get out of, well, supply lock. 46 over 54 supply now. Footmen we're getting taken down. Archmage back on the other side, still putting in pressure, wandering back and forth. As you can see, footmen are constantly going after all of these acolytes again and again. Archmage, well, a decent amount of experience just going after acolytes again and again, and SaysO has not been able to fully saturate this gold mine for that long. About 1,000 gold difference there. Meanwhile, the footmen are coming in from the other side as well, trying to put in pressure, as there's a 300 gold difference in the main gold mines. All right. Well, even if there is a 300 or a 1,500 gold difference overall total, it doesn't really matter unless you pulled a bit ahead. That's what side is trying to do right now, pulling a bit ahead. Otherwise, he's going to find himself a little behind once his gold mines are mined out, while SaysO doesn't need to take additional map positioning just quite yet. Staff of Teleportation, Water Elemental, going to try and take down the Tomb of Relics. Tomb of Relics is taken down, and that means that the slaughterhouses will not be able to train up those obsidian statues either. All right, we're going to look. Slaughterhouse taking quite a bit of damage here. One slaughterhouse could end up getting taken down. Archmage has to be very careful, down to 229 hit points. Mountain King and Death Knight show up to the party as well, as this slaughterhouse will be completed. Death Knight going after some easy turtle creep camps now, looking to get to level 2 for that unholy aura. Meanwhile, Archmage, Mountain King wandering together, has to be very careful, as the Death Knight's long distance burst damage is still, well, somewhat frightening even for a level 3 Archmage. Level 1 Death Knight can still do quite a bit of damage here. Lich, oh, there's a bit of deny, taking down that footman once more. Coming back across the other side, Archmage looking to engage here. All right, going to put in some pressure. Lich could be in trouble, but the Death Knight is nearby. Stormbolt onto a Crypt Fiend. Crypt Fiend most likely will just get Death Coiled and healed back up by SaysO. Meanwhile, Frost Nova, that AoE damage across multiple footmen, takes down two units so quickly. There's another Death Coil there for another heal and a save. And what is side doing in this battle? It just doesn't seem like he's able to pick off that many units effectively as the Mountain King now tries to get into harm's way to stop the Lich and the Death Knight from getting close to that Archmage. Archmage now looking to retreat back once more, going to hang back out to the south side here. And, well, what can he really hope to do? Dark Ranger, third and final hero. Paladin, third and final hero. We are transitioning into Knights and, well, Knights and Siege engines. So Knights and Siege engines, not flying machines, oddly enough. 2 flying machines in the air, but not going to over invest in them. As if you over invest in them, well, those flying machines don't are often unable to do very much. All right, Enraged Elemental, Mountain King, Storebolt onto that Ogre Magi before it gives too much Bloodlust to all of the units there. Mountain King picks up a Potion of Greater Healing. Great item to give to that Paladin to give it a little bit more survivability. A Paladin out on the battlefield able to heal up 200 hit points quite easily and quickly. Meanwhile, Death Knight, Lich, Dark Ranger moving out across the map, double obsidian statues with a meat wagon already, as SaysO has gone to a single slaughterhouse strategy. All right, Forest Troll Berserker was taking down flying machines, keeping track overhead. Unholy Aura on the Death Knight, that faster movement speed, and the Crypt Fiends, well, waiting to get Web in order to take down some of those, or pick those flying machines out of the sky. Undead predicting siege engines. Yeah, Undead predicting siege engines, knowing that these siege engines do just run amok here. Knights and their fast movement speed going after all this here. Mountain King is going to be able to stormbolt. No, going straight after the Haunted Gold Mine now, as the siege engine is going along down the south side here. Paladin could be in a little bit of trouble. Mountain King still has a potion of healing, and Paladin getting a Frost Nova there. Both sides fighting as we see a Scroll of Town Portal to try and retreat back. Knights could actually be a bit too far. One Knight actually a bit too far. Paladin getting caught as well. And, well, that one Knight is going to have a very, very bad day. Another Frost Nova shot there to slow it down. Siege Engine purposely laying away, trying to hide, perhaps trying to roll on in when the timing is right. And the timing does seem to be right now. If it could take down some of these key buildings, as they're trying to get produced. All right, there's that siege engine there. A little bit of blast per attack, 50 damage per attack there as an Acolyte comes over to try and repair. More siege engines attempting to take down the meat wagons as the main army of SaysO now coming across. SyDe does have a larger army, but it doesn't look as though it's that much more powerful, as the hero level advantage definitely belongs to the Undead. 4-2-2 compared to 3-1-1, but, well, things can turn quickly in these battles here as the human heroes are about to level up. Coming back around, Death Knight, well, Lich sitting at 4 here, plus 15 auto attack. Knights are going to look to try and engage that Crypt Fiend getting caught out in open field. And there you go, level 2 now on that Mountain King. More Stormbolts could be coming back across. Death Knight tries to save another Crypt Fiend there as the lines are being drawn. Flying machines with pretty much nothing to attack as a big thunderclap goes down across multiple units. Silence now onto the Paladin. Staff of Sanctuary, I believe, saves the Knight there as the Archmage continuing to fire away. Archmage does have that Orb of Fire trying to go after all of those targets. Holy Light trying to save as well, as the flying machines are just lying in wait, ready just in case a destroyer does happen to pop up anywhere. Death Knight could be in trouble, down to 123 hit points, but, well, able to stay alive with that potion of invulnerability. Black Arrow finding that last Knight there. All right, Knight in trouble. Paladin gets up to level 2. Disease Cloud, however, still raining down across multiple units as the Dark Ranger could be in trouble. Dark Ranger, Swirl of Town Portal stays alive. Are we going to see another Staff of Sanctuary? That is the question there, as well. The meat wagon was able to back away. Death Knight falls. Meat wagon low on hit points. Dark Ranger slowly getting resurrected. I don't see any siege engines inside SaysO's base at all. Coming back around, Water Elementals, Knights looking to clear out the remainder of, or this Murloc, Nightcrawler, and Marauder creep camp. Archmage purposely trying to stay away, but I don't know if he's actually far enough. But he's not participating in the fight either, so really not altogether that helpful, as the Mountain King picks up a Mana Stone, which could perhaps be kept on that Mountain King to have more Stormbolts and Thunderclaps, as he opted to not go for Bash. All right, coming back on through, flying machines do have that siege attack. They're able to attack ground if they want to with a little bit of siege damage. Archmage now looking to back up again, but interestingly enough, the Archmage is just using the Staff of Sanctuaries as their way to heal. Perhaps additional staff of sanctuaries are going to be necessary since we don't see any priest out here on the battlefield, and we haven't really seen that much use of scrolls of regeneration. A third base may be placed down here as the flying machines are looking for a new target and finding a temple of the damned as it is being built. Interestingly enough, the Temple of the Dam would actually take more damage from the flying machines if it in fact was completed. But right now, all you can really do is just hope to get a little bit of damage into, make that Temple of the Dam a little bit weaker to be finished off a bit later. Potion of Invulnerability on the Mountain King, Potion of Greater Mana on that Mountain King. Two very, very scary items on that Mountain King right now, as the Mountain King and the Paladin perhaps make its way over to the top right-hand side of the map. All right, hero level advantage has been neutralized by side. 4-3-3 going up against a 4-2-3. That little bit of the falling of that Death Knight and preventing it from getting to level 3 is a very big deal. Meanwhile, one Dark Minion going after all of these peasants here could end up taking them down, and that could actually end up giving the Death Knight level 3 with that infinite range. All right, Knights trying to move on in. Siege Engines also getting in there as well to join in on the battle, and here we are. Death Knight gonna go ahead and push pressure through. Nerubian Tower trying to slow things down. Archmage could be in a little bit of trouble. There's a Scroll of the Beast as well. Paladin trying to holy light some units as we see the Death Knight could be in trouble again. Potion of Healing, Stormbolt, Staff of Sanctuary trying to save as SaysO ends up losing his Death Knight for a second time. Knights also getting taken down as well. This army looking rather strong with that Scroll of the Beast. You do not want to be sticking around in this battle for far too long as multiple Knights keep on falling. 72 supply compared to 68, but one of the deaths was the hero there, the Death Knight falling again at level 2, unable to get to level 3. However, we only see one staff of sanctuary here. More peasants may want to be trained up as well. Let's take a look at this castle. This castle is nearly mined out. Only about 5 minutes of mining left as the flying machines want to retreat back too. All right. A little bit of mining happening underway. 79 over 96 supply. More staff of sanctuaries should be purchased by side to try and get more longevity out of all of these units. But the Arcane Vault is actually off at the 3 o'clock position, quite a ways from all of the action. And it looks as though SaysO actually going to be putting pressure on this southern 7 o'clock expansion instead. All right, army's going to try and engage here. More peasants getting taken down. Arcane Tower draining that Lich already. Should move over to the Dark Ranger or that Obsidian Statue. Lich gets up to level 5. What is going on here? Mountain King. There goes an Obsidian Statue. Mortar teams coming back across here as we see an Abomination trying to rejoin in on the battle. And, well, one Obsidian Statue taken down and another Abomination taken down as well. Holy Light. Banshees only have adept training right now as the Mountain King could try perhaps go for a Stormbolt, finishing one thing off. Multiple units getting taken down all over the place, and that was an absolute uphill battle for SaysO. SaysO on the receiving end of a lot of damage, losing an Obsidian Statue on Abomination in transit. So the unit didn't really do anything except for try to meet up with his friends. And then once the battle finally started, it felt like SyDe was just in control of it throughout. SyDe now with a 1,600 gold advantage as he is currently maxed out on in low upkeep and does not want to get higher. Vampiric Bone Chimes should be picked up. I'm not quite sure why they aren't, as we are now transitioning into Spellbreakers as well. All right, yeah. Vampiric Bone Chimes after the battle seems a little bit of a waste. All of these units could have a little bit more hit points as we see Staff of Sanctuary now being, well, spread across multiple units again. SyDe wanting to constantly deny experience from his opponent by using Staff of Sanctuary to, save low hit point units. And, well, by saving low hit point units, not only do you save the unit, you deny the experience and the time invested by your opponent to try and deal any of that damage. Death Knight is finally at level 3, though, able to get there, but has not trained up level 2 Death Coil, unsurprisingly, as we're going to get a fight underway. There's a couple of webs now down, and here we are going into an engagement, trying to go after the Meat Wagons. Mortar team's also trying to join in on the battle. We are looking at, well, anti-magic shell providing so much cover as well. Silence across multiple units. Mountain King, is it going to try and thunderclap anything? That is the question. Damage is starting to rain down from those mortar teams. The mortar teams are actually in the very, very far back, as the Frost Novas are not coming in from the Lich. All right, a little bit of damage there. Are we going to see some death onto some of those units now, trying to take down the Abomination? There goes one Abomination as the Scroll of Town Portal now retreating back out. Another Meat Wagon could get taken down. Mortar teams unable to hit that Obsidian statue. The mortars were in the air, but the Obsidian statue able to teleport away at the right moment. 78 supply compared to 65. This is a slow bleed in this battle, as SyDe keeping track, making sure that there is no expansion here at the 8 o'clock position. SyDe looking to be in a decent spot to try and take control of the game here, as he's about to get to level 4 on that Paladin for perhaps, yes, Devotion Aura. Devotion Aura now being brought over. Peasants are now being moved over from one base to another. No reason to really train them, as the gold mines are starting to run out. Back off to the north here. Death Knight, Dark Ranger, Lich on the move. Obsidian statues are there. This army of the undead is still rather scary, as we're going to be looking at a water elemental, well, pretty much free experience getting coughed up over to that Death Knight. Lich still has a very dangerous auto attack with plus 24 damage. Wow. Plus 24 damage there. Pretty much constantly critical striking with every attack, taking down as many peasants as possible, and now teleporting back out. All right. Teleporting, landing in the midst of that fight here. Ghouls now trying to make their way over. The Abominations trying to be in that frontline spot, as the Abominations, well, absorbing quite a bit of damage. No Death Coil for the save there as it gets taken down. Knight continuing to pull back here. Mountain King, what was that? That Thunderclap was just completely out of position, as the Ghouls are now going after the Archmage. All right, Ghouls are now going after, the Mortar teams. Mortar teams constantly taken down. Death Knight falls at level 3, as the Mountain King able to get off the Thunderclap there. Mountain King still has plenty of mana items between that Potion of Greater Mana and that Mana Stone, continuing to just throw down everything as quickly as possible. SyDe with those items should be using that Mana Stone here in just a moment. There it goes. And now, well, it actually used the Mana Stone and also the Potion of... the mana pot was given to the Paladin, I guess. He used the Mana Stone there to try to have the Paladin continue to save, but no, unable to do so as the Mountain King falls. Archmage is at 5, Paladin is at 4. Meanwhile, Lich is at 5, and Dark Ranger is at 4. Both sides fighting their way through. A little bit of home field advantage by SaysO, as we're fighting our way still. All right, more Staff of Sanctuary trying to save in some low hit point Knights, but those Knights, well, should not be rejoining in on the battle if they are low on hit points. Lich and Archmage still trying to dive on in. Orb of Fire not mattering all that much, as there's not that much healing going on except for those Obsidian statues in the back. All right, more mining still happening on that south side there. Obsidian statues attempting to take down, or water elementals attempting to take down the Obsidian statues. Not going to be able to do that, as we're still looking at a little bit of creeping somehow going on here. Paladin going to get some experience. Tome of Intelligence +2. Is it going to get picked up by the Lich? Or anyone else here? There's a big Frost Nova there, as some big damage goes down. Frost Nova onto that Mortar team there. No Mountain King to pick off that Lich, as that Lich is continuing to just pick off those low hit point units. High risk, or all of those units extremely easy to take down, as the Lich now tries to double back around once again. Right, Dark Ranger, Death Knight now back out onto the battlefield. That Unholy Aura for slightly faster movement speed may be exactly what the Doctor ordered in order to get the runaway, enable that runaway. All right, more Staff of Sanctuary is coming back again. All right, Mortar team wanting to back away. Lich just wants to get off another Frost Nova. Does it have level 2 Dark Ritual? It does. And now it could be level 6 on that on the Lich here in just a moment. No, 8 experience shy. This Water Elemental is going to give level 6 to that Lich, and a level 5 on that Dark Ranger. All right. Peasants, Militia attempting to take down all of the Acolytes here. Meanwhile, more attacks inside the main base. Archmage of SyDe going to go ahead and teleport. Nope, not teleport to the south side there. Where's the Archmage going? Archmage is teleporting back over to his expansion that has nothing here except for the Arcane Vault. Scroll of Regeneration used there, trying to sell some items. I'm back on the move again. Mountain King as back out onto the battlefield, ready to move out once more. Side sitting at 71 supply compared to 58. Undead over here, well, attempting to take down this haunted gold mine. A peasant after peasant is actually starting to fall. And what's interesting is if this haunted gold mine actually gets completed, these acolytes will have very good regeneration here. But there is still this one flying machine in position, causing a bit of problems. All right, Abomination making its way down. Meanwhile, Undead Army making its way down. 51 supply compared to 59. Lich is at level 6, so, well, it has level 3 Dark Ritual. That is going to be a lot of mana. Those Acolytes better be careful, as that translates into a lot of mana for that Lich, as we're still looking at, well, perhaps a large amount of damage coming through. 4 out of 5 saturation here, as this fly machine unable to do much of anything else. All right, 66 over 96 compared to 63 over 80. Abominations on the move. Obsidian statues. Dark Ranger with those black arrows trying to rack up more damage again. Meanwhile, Unhuman player of side just trying to perhaps shut down this haunted gold mine at this 12 o'clock position spot. There's still a lot of mining going on side's 7 o'clock expansion, and really should be taken down here. All right, down to 1,000 gold off the north side expansion, as well as the necropolis is going to end up being destroyed. This is one of those situations where I think SaysO, if he looks back on it, would think that, you know what, I don't need to save this north side expansion. I just need to destroy my opponent's southern expansion, and I will actually be in a better spot, being able to mine more gold than my opponent, while my opponent has no gold, has no mining operations left. Fighting on Blight, though, however, very, very beneficial. You can see Frost Nova going down onto the mortar teams right there, anti-magic shell onto that Lich, but it doesn't protect you from all of those knights there trying to fight their way through. Death Knight, even with anti-magic shells, taking quite a bit of damage. Obsidian statues need to heal that back up. Lich wants to get back to that backside there and perhaps get in some more Frost Novas and lay in some damage. 49 supply compared to 63. Staff of Sanctuary for the saves again, and the Staff of Sanctuary is really limiting the amount of experience that the human or the undead is getting. More thunderclaps coming back across, even just from a level 4 Mountain King, as that vampiric aura also helping with the overall heals as well. All right, Potion of Lesser Invulnerability onto the Archmage. Now, Archmage has plenty of survivability items, but that burst damage is still rather high, as the Archmage is now down to 387. All right, Frost Nova, well, Potion of Greater Healing used at the last possible moment, already at 508 hit points after using a 500 hit point heal. All right, the Death Knight continuing to fight its way through. Anti-magic shell keeping him alive. More Staff of Sanctuary coming back around. Level 6 now on the Archmage. Death Knight trying to go after the target of the Archmage and is unable to do so. Side comes away with the victory here. A crazy, crazy game going back and forth, but Side able to hold on. It felt like SaysO had plenty of opportunities to, well, try and win the game there. I don't think he really needed to fight inside the base at the north. I think if he had just taken down the expansion on the south side, he could have forced a Scroll of Town Portal. There was no towers there, and, well, he would have been perhaps in a better position to receive, as opposed to blindly or trying to Scroll of Town Portal into his own base and then reorganize his units. That little bit of difference making an overall dramatic difference there. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.